Well, no matter who you are, whether you admit it or not, I think my personal opinion is we miss the Obamas. My goodness, definitely after that chaotic presidential debate. So, anyway, I just want to touch bases really quick to let you know about the stimulus. Yes, they are still talking about a stimulus. It's kind of in the background because we had so much shenanigans yesterday. What was that? I've been on debate teams in high school, college, and we didn't even get down like that. I said, wow. He told the president to shut up. He called him, I don't know, what else did he call him? A clown? Like, we already know that. But whatever the case is, there's still important issues going on. However, we didn't get a lot of information from them about how they're going to tackle them. So as they're not really talking about issues that need to be tackled, I'm going to tell you how to take care of your business in the midst of this pandemic. If you haven't joined me on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe. It's Toyicha Chisom. There you will find a series of all my YouTube videos to help you and guide you to make sure that you thrive and survive through this pandemic, and always great information for individual business, personal business, and regular business. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here. If you're not on my general page as a friend, you can join my Facebook Set Free Tax and Professional Services page, or go to my Instagram, Miss Toy Set Free. So the first thing I want to talk to you all about is the fact that a lot of people are behind. They are behind in their bills, and there are other options. If you've already asked for deferral in payment or lower payments and they're still not working with you, you have other options after it charges off. I know a lot of people don't like that word charge off. And charge off, what does that mean? It means that a creditor actually wrote off your credit card debt, your loan debt, whatever that is, on their taxes. Okay, so they wrote it off. So they won't worry about it anymore. However, there is a period in between the time that they actually charge it off and report it or sell it to a collection agency. Once it's sold to a collection agency, this method that I'm about to give to you really isn't available. Okay, so the method is, if you have a charge off and it's been around 30 to 120 days from the time that it originally charged off, then you can ask the company directly by writing a letter for a cancellation of debt. And you say, what does a cancellation of debt mean? A cancellation of debt is asking the company to forgive you for that debt. When they forgive you for that debt, they give you a 1099-C form at the end of the year. Whatever that amount is on that form is what you have to claim on your taxes. You will have to claim it as income on your taxes. So that's the con part. But the pro part is that they will go ahead and put on your account that you settled in full. Okay, so that's another way to increase your credit. So that's a little set-free credit repair tip for the day. If you want more information about my comprehensive program that I have for people who are serious, follow instructions on how to get to the next level and optimize their credit. Some people don't need any deletions. They just need to know, hey, how do I boost my score? I need an extra 50 points. I need an extra 100 points so I can lower my interest score to refinance my house, to refinance my car, or I need to get a low interest loan from the credit union. There are a lot of options that people have in order to get money, get the money that they need by utilizing their good to great credit. So I posted earlier about the differences between the Vantage and the Fico score. Normally, the Vantage score is higher, and that's the number that you see on Credit Karma. That number is generally used for getting approved for credit cards, department stores, and cars. Generally, your FICO score is used to secure a mortgage loan and other higher personal loans. However, companies can go back and forth on which scores that they use. So if you want more details, make sure that you go to my Facebook business page, Set Free Tax and Professional Services. I post a lot of articles on there and other great information in between the time that I don't go live. Okay, so make sure you join that page. The other thing that I want to talk to you about is your taxes. I know it's been, the talk ever since Sunday, how Trump has evaded paying taxes and the amount that he has paid, $750 for 2 years. And other than that, over the last 15 years, really, it's just $1,500 that he's paid, while, lower income and middle class people, have tax bills that are through the roof. And some people say it's not tax evasion. It's just, he has access to elite attorneys and he strategizes in dealing with his taxes. And there's all these different things. Some of those things that they say are true. If you do have a corporation, LLC, other business structures, yes, you'll be able to leverage them. That's why I had been telling, people, hey, you need that business structure in order to do other things with it. No, I'm not talking about tax evasion, but I'm talking about the fact that there are legal write-offs and ways for you to be able to leverage your business. Okay, so you're not eaten up by taxes. So, I want to talk to you about the 10-year statute of limitations, because lately I've recognized that the IRS is really out collecting. They are putting liens on people's credit. They are being aggressive and taking money out of people's accounts. And I just don't see how they could be so savage during these times. But they are. And in between the time that, all these governors are opening up states at new capacities, when they're saying that they're opening up these states at bigger capacity, it means get back to work, because there's no excuse for you not to be at work if we're opening up everything. So I hope that you all are able to see their strategy. Okay. So in that strategy, I want to let you know, if they're opening up everything, the IRS is going to continue to get more aggressive, because they want you to pay. So a lot of people talk about the 10-year statute of limitations. Yes, there's a 10-year statute of limitations in the time that the IRS can collect from the time that they assess your collection. Okay, but there are other ways that it can be extended. It can be extended anytime that you ask for a deferment. It can be extended anytime that there's a collection hearing, you have a taxpayer advocate, you have some type of installment agreement. There's a lot of different factors and loopholes that the IRS gets away with in order to extend that 10-year statute of limitations. Now, when I do offers in compromise for my clients, and an offer in compromise is settling your tax debt for less than the balance. I've had clients with over $50,000 worth of debt end up settling for a couple $1,000s. And I'm happy to say that, because that's helping somebody get set free from the bondage that being in financial debt has. And the information sometimes isn't available to everyone. Sometimes people aren't seeking out the information, generally because they don't have time. They're busy living their life. So this information, has to be given by, a tax professional such as myself. So my whole thing and everything that I do, no matter if I'm dealing with taxes, credit repair, and other businesses, I'm making sure that I educate my clients. Education is power. Education can be given to other people, and it'll follow them with their children, so on and so forth. So it can break the cycle of not knowing these things in order to optimize your finances. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk to you about is the fact that there are plenty deductions for people who have businesses. Generally, you can have an itemized deduction on your taxes if you're making over $55,000 a year, you can start deducting for, gas and uniforms, dry cleaning, just all these different things. And I can have a personal consultation with people in order to let them know exactly how they can leverage their taxes. But the thing is this, some people have been talking about Trump spending $75,000 actually deducting that on his taxes for his hair. The thing is that he did that when he was filming The Apprentice. So here's what the loophole is. No, an average person whose job isn't being on television, no, they can't deduct $75,000 in a tax year for getting their hair cut or their hair done, because that has nothing to do with their job. Now, since that was dealing with his job, then yes, he can deduct it, because being on TV requires that your appearance is up to par. Okay, you have to have wardrobe. For women, we have to have makeup, lashes, everything, hair. For us, honey, we'd be deducting all kind of stuff. So it's just to give a little enlightenment about some of these things. Now, do I think he's going to be in a whole lot of trouble? Yes. Well, think about it. The news already told you all that his taxes has been audited. They've been auditing his taxes for years. That's why I let people know that, hey, you have a stopping point when it comes to the amount of deductions that you can do on your taxes. And generally for a business owner, you generally don't want to go over 50%. If you go over 50%, it's going to be a red flag, and it'll set you up most likely to have an audit later. I always say the IRS doesn't come at you within the first year most of the time. Sometimes they like to wait 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. I've even seen them wait over 10 years and come up with some things and ask somebody to do their taxes from actually 2010. Okay. This was recent. Back in January, a client in the music industry said that they were being audited for their royalties. So things may continue to come up. So I always tell people, keep your records. I know they say, oh, keep it for 3 years, keep it for 5, keep it for 7. Keep your records for 10 years. That is what I recommend to you. From Sept Free Tax and Professional Services, that is what I recommend, because I've dealt with the IRS personally, okay? And I've had to assist clients with audits. I've had to do my own audit and save myself some money, thousands of dollars. So I know how they work, and people can, chime in and say this and that. But unless you've actually dealt with the IRS and you know how they work, you can't say much. So I'm here to assist you with any tax issues that you have. Over 18 years of experience, I know what you can do and I know what you can't do, and how to make sure that you're safe so you don't get audited. Okay, that's the key, not getting audited. And using leverage, of course, to make sure you don't pay as much, because nobody likes to pay the IRS. I don't like to pay the IRS. Look, I do taxes and I don't like the IRS. Okay, I don't like when I have to pay, and I always have to pay, because generally business owners, we have to pay, other than Trump. So I want to let you know, in dealing with the IRS, that you have a Bill of Rights. A lot of people are intimidated by the IRS because they are the IRS. But when it comes down to it, you still can have proper procedures in order to make sure that you feel like you are properly treated. We have the right to be heard, the right to appeal. Don't ever be afraid to appeal the IRS's decision. Okay, and you have a right to a CPA, an enrolled agent, or an attorney to represent you. And also you can represent yourself if you feel confident enough. And of course, I've been in the tax game for a long time, so I'm very confident. And like I said, I've dealt with IRS agents before. I know how they work and I know how to deal with them. That's why people, get my services in order to prepare them to deal with them if they have to and they cannot afford an attorney. I also want to let you know that you have the option to get a taxpayer advocate. And I say that all the time, a taxpayer advocate. Remember that, okay? Because that is your gateway for people who cannot afford professional tax services, for people who cannot afford a tax attorney. Oh, that Taxpayer Advocate is going to assist you and be like gold, because they are an intermediary between you and the IRS to make sure that the IRS is doing what they're supposed to do in a timely manner to either make sure that you get your tax refund, your stimulus, or if there was some major error that they did and then now they're taking forever in order to fix it. Oh, call yourself a taxpayer advocate. And that information is on my website at Set Free Tax Pro. Okay. And once again, if you need payment arrangements with the IRS, you have options. If it's $50,000 or less, they will work with you. Okay. It's the Fresh Start program. They could have renamed it. In the midst of this pandemic, things are ever changing with them, and it seems like they're not being really good at pouring out information at this point. But there is a repayment program available. They will work with you. If they won't work with you on that program, you have a deferment option. You can say, hey, I'm out of work, I'm on unemployment. They will defer your payments generally for a few months. The other option is that they give you an installment agreement. If you'd like to do an installment agreement, I suggest that you do not mail in the installment request form, because a lot of people are telling me that it's not reaching them, or they just haven't gotten to it and it's already been like 2 months. So I suggest that you actually go online to do an installment agreement request. Okay, and that's at irs.gov. But if you don't want to, search all around the website and everything, I make things very simple and easy for you. You can go to setfreetaxpro.com, click on tax info, and I have all the top tax information that you need in order to resolve any issues. Proper contact numbers, some of them are inside numbers, on how to contact the IRS to resolve whatever issue you have. In addition to deferments that you can ask the IRS for, you can actually get an escalated payment. And that means you could start off paying $50 a month, and then every year those payments increase. So for the first year, it's $50. The second year, it may increase to $100. The third year, $150. Whatever it is that the IRS representative ends up setting up for you, you can ask for escalated payments. Hey, I don't have that type of money right now, but I foresee in the future that things will get better. I'm going to get a job in the next few months, and I'll be able to pay, and things will be back up to par the way they used to be. There you go. There's escalated tax payments. Now, if you're in a situation where like, hey, I'm on Social Security, and seriously, the IRS has come after people who are on Social Security. They have come after people's retirement accounts. This is true. This is real. This has happened to some family members before, and I've had to clear things up for them. But when that happens, you can ask also for them to put it in an uncollected status. Uncollected status means that either you don't have the money, at that time, you've broken several payment arrangements, and, things just aren't working out. You can always ask for uncollectible status. Okay. Now, if you owe over $50,000, and I'm going to say it, that word. If you owe over $50,000 worth of taxes, they will put a halt on your passport. You can't fly anywhere outside the country if you owe $50,000 or more. Okay, so never let your tax bill get greater than that. If you like to fly around the world like me, I think I would die if I couldn't go outside the country. Right now, I want to go to Wakanda. How many people want to go with me? Raise your hand. As I was on that plane watching the debate, I was like, oh, I wish I could just tell the pilot, can you reroute? Don't want to be in the U.S. anymore. Completely embarrassed by that debate. But that's a sidebar. Okay, so back to the nitty gritty. I want to see if there are any questions. I want to make sure I go through my notes here to make sure I got everything. Lord knows I can't see anything without my glasses here, but I can't stand the glare. If also you want to do an offer in compromise, I want to let people know there are two options. You can do a lump sum payment, and of course that means you can pay whatever the offer is. Say, for example, you owe $10,000. You want to settle with the IRS for $2,000. They accept and agree the offer in compromise. You can prepare it yourself, or you can pay me to prepare it for you, and my fee is $199. If they accept it, you would have to put 20% down of your accepted offer, okay? And then you can make 5 installments, equal installments after that. Or you can choose to pay off your offer in compromise in 24 monthly installments. So you still have a chance to still make payments even after you're approved for the offer in compromise. So the IRS has an offer in compromise, and your state also has offer in compromise options. However, they vary by state, but the IRS is, of course, consistent. That's federal, that's national, nationwide, and that's how that works. So some people get confused between the IRS and the state and how all that works. So you never can combine all of your say all your taxes in one. I've had somebody say, oh, I owe the state $5,000, I owe the feds $10,000. So they figured and made a $15,000 payment to the IRS, thinking that the IRS was about to give the $5,000 to the state. And of course, that other $5,000 just floated around for about 6 months before the IRS actually issued that money back to the person and said, oh, you overpaid. Another tip that I want to give you all before I log off is that you can, if you owe any taxes, no matter how much it is, it could be a couple $100, it could be thousands of dollars, you have the opportunity for a one-time abatement. This information was shared with me by one of my friends who's an enrolled agent. And I would say it's awesome to network with other people. I network with attorneys, enrolled agents, and other people in other professions, because you get great information. Just as I share information, I get great information, and I turn around and share it with you. So you'll be able to get a one-time abatement. That means that any penalties that you received for the tax debt that you have could be a penalty of $1,000, could be $2,000, it could be $10,000. You have the right to ask for a one-time abatement, and that means that they will actually get rid of your penalties. For real, they do that. I've had $1,500 taken off before. Some other people I told that, they said, girl, they took off $5,000. So that helps you tremendously, especially if you're ready to go ahead and pay off your balance. The thing is, if you ask for a one-time abatement and then you take, another year or two to pay it off, well, guess what? More interest and penalties are going to accrue, and you really didn't, you really end up didn't even, benefit from having that one-time abatement, because everything, piled up again. So I tell people, ask for that, especially when you're ready to pay things off. So I'm going to take some questions to see if anybody has any questions here. I'll be happy to answer. If not, continue to inbox or text me at 562-646-6185. I'm always happy to answer. Make sure that you text me. If you call and you don't get me, please text so I'm able to know what your needs are, or either, schedule an appointment for a personal consultation. I still do business consultations as well as tax consultations. I really urge people to get out there and start new businesses. I'm happy because, some family members and friends that really weren't into business or anything like that, they actually said, girl, you really inspired me to start my own business. And it doesn't even have to be online. It can be person-to-person business, or it could be a service of consulting. It could be anything, whatever it is that you love to do, serve the people with it. Somebody needs your expertise. Somebody needs those fashionable clothes or the creative items that you make. So If you're looking for online business opportunities and ways to build your business, go to my YouTube at Toyicha Chisom. I have all the videos there, websites. When you click the description area, it has all the links to the websites that I propose to you in order to use in order to maximize, make some money, and grow. Now, some people I know aren't ready for investing, but others are. So if you're ready to invest in cryptocurrency, learn about the stock market, and even a little bit about Forex, you can go to my website, Set Free Tax Pro, and click on cryptocurrency. I'm not a part of any Forex group or anything like that, so I don't want you to feel like I'm selling anything. I do not like multi-level marketing, never have. I'm not against anybody who is or does multi-level marketing, but it's not for me. So I do have to make this statement. I get solicited a lot, and I can't respond to everybody who solicits me for, joining their teams and things like that. But I see that as a distraction, and I don't take the time to respond to everybody, because if I did, it would probably be 30 to 45 minutes out of my day every day saying, oh no, thank you for thinking about me. So I'm going to say right now, thank you for thinking about me. However, I'm not interested in any other business opportunities. My plate is full with my own business and businesses. And if I choose to move forward in doing some other business venture, I will be creating it myself or creating it for my children. So I also want to let you know that I'm not interested in any susus. I'm not interested in any advertisements. So those are the top 3 things that people, inbox me about. But once again, I appreciate you, truly appreciate you for thinking about me. But I'm not interested at this time because I'm staying focused on exactly what I'm doing, and that's building my empire. And I'm encouraging you all to build your empires too. Hey, whatever floats your boat, whatever you like to do. Find that interest, and if you haven't found your purpose, it's in your passion, and you'll definitely get there and succeed. Don't leave your dreams on the pillow. Make sure that you make them a reality, because God wouldn't have given them to you if he didn't want you to create them. Okay, so my phone is going and going, dinging and dinging and dinging, so I hope it didn't interfere with what I was telling you. So let me see here if there are any questions. When there's no questions, I know that I've been clear, or if you want to go ahead and personally inbox me. Once again, everybody doesn't like to put their business out on Front Street. I understand that. And I look forward to speaking with you soon. May you all be blessed in everything that you do. And if there's anything that I can do to help you succeed, thrive, and win, because as I say, there's not any jealousy, envy, or any crab in the barrel effect that'll ever come out of me, because I always want you to win, sis. I want you to win, bro. There's enough money for everybody. Just utilize your knowledge, get education. Whether you can do online courses, or maybe you can't do online courses. There's YouTube, there's books, there's multiple ways for you to get the information that you need in order to succeed. So I always say, there's no excuses. I'm a single mom of 3. I raised my kids up by myself, and there was nothing handed to me. So my view is always going to be, skewed about certain excuses. No matter what, work with what you have. Pray, believe, and God will do the rest. Any day is a great day to get set free. I'll talk to you soon.